Hello everyone. If you can see me and hear me, just type yes in the chat box before we proceed. If you can see me and hear me, just type yes in the chat box. Great. Thank you, guys. So, first of all, I want to thank you, each one of you, for being here as a committed mother and even father for that matter. So, we all are here to learn something and grow, right? So, let's put A in the chat box to appreciate ourselves to be here. Being here itself is a great thing, right? Many of us maybe wouldn't have been possible, but we all are here. So, just appreciate ourselves. Let's put A in the chat box. Yes. So, before we start, how many of you want to raise a confident, independent, and disciplined child? And if you want to raise a confident, independent, and disciplined child, type me in the chat box. Let's affirm it first. Type me in the chat box. Yes. So, how many of you want to control your anger, and how many of you want to stop hitting, yelling, or shouting? Or how many of you want to build that bond with your child? Yes, type bond in the chat box. Great. So, I want to stop hitting, shouting. I don't want to damage my child's brain. So let me tell you one thing here. Everything starts with brain. The moment you work on your, child's brain, the moment you work on your child's brain, the moment you develop your child's brain, the moment you understand your child's brain or the child's psychology, everything will change magically. So, how many of you would love to do that? Type love in the chat box. I know I'm asking you a lot of things to type, but that's how we affirm and that's how we are going to learn, right? So before we start, this masterclass is for 1 hour, and the one who stays till the end will also get free gifts. And we'll also have a Q&A session. So anybody can ask anything that you feel, and participate 100%. Whenever I'm asking you to type something, please type and come with a learning mindset, right? When I come with ideas for you, you might feel you already know it, but and lot of information is there on social media, but still your life is not changing, right? If you agree this, then type agree in the chat box. There are so many content like 5 steps to build your child's confidence, how to limit the screen time, and but still you all are facing, we including me, right? We all are facing challenges. Why? Because there is no structure. Everything is just put up randomly, but only when there is a structure, you will be able to understand how exactly your child's brain work, right? And one more thing I want to tell here is, see, we why we are sending our child to the school, so that the school is structure based learning, right? So when we see something, suppose we see a math video and we teach the same thing to our kids, what happens? It's not no like a structure based, what to teach first, then that's not step by step. But only when you teach your child step by step, only then they are able to develop their brain. So, as you all know, my name is Sheetal. I'm a childhood educator, early childhood educator, parenting coach, and a brain development coach. So, more than that, I always tell everyone I'm a mom just like you, right? So, today we are going to talk about something that touches every home, that is the behavior management for kids. Now, let me start with a quick question. Yeah. So, how you just let's just think the last 2 days, okay? The last 2 days, how have you said any of these to your child? My child does not listen. Why is he always behaving so bad? He or she argues for everything. Homework time is such a challenging task. he or she gets angry so fast. So if you have said any of these, then just type me in the chat box so that I can understand you are not alone in this webinar. So just wanted to understand, just type me in the chat box if you have done any of these in last 2 days. Yes, lot of me coming in. Now, first I want to tell you that you are not a bad parent, right? And most importantly, your child is not a bad child. What we are dealing is with this, a small child with a growing brain and a tired parent with lot of things on the plate, right? Right. So today's workshop is not about judging you. I'm going to give you some tools, clarity and confidence so that you can master yourself in a better way, and then implement all the changes. And in this workshop we are going to talk about. Right. So in this workshop, we are going to talk about why children actually misbehave, what is happening inside the child's brain during a tantrum or meltdown, right? How you can respond calmly but firmly, simple tools to handle like not listening, tantrums, anger, homework trauma, and all the sibling fights if there is, and how to build a home where your child feels safe, seen, and still follows all the rules, right? So keep a notebook and pen with you if possible, and most importantly, keep your heart open. So let's begin with a big truth. Hope I'm clear and audible. Right. So why kids misbehave? Children don't wake up in the morning and think, okay, today I have to trouble my parents. I have to make them feel difficult, right? And misbehavior is a message. It is their way of saying something inside me is not okay. There are a few common reasons, and I want you to walk you through them in a very simple thing so that you can understand it very clearly. I'm just checking the chats in between also. Okay. So that. Right. So the first reason is emotional overload, right? They're also small bodies, but they have big feelings. That's the story of childhood, right? Children feel frustrated, they get jealous, they get disappointment, they are so tired, but they don't know how to say, Mama, I am feeling sad, I am feeling left out today, or Papa, I am, I'm hurt today, it's hurting my feelings. So instead of all this, what comes out? It comes out like crying, shouting, throwing, saying no for everything, right? So that is what we called as emotional overload. So next time your child explodes like this, right, crying or throwing, just ask yourself silently, is this misbehavior or this is a overload feeling, right? So just type yes in the chat box if you're going to observe this. And the second reason, sensory overload. Too much noise, too many people, bright light, long school hours, screen time, their senses get tired because they are receiving everything, but they are not able to give it back, right? So some kids also become hyper when they are so much of overloaded, but some kids become calm, some sit silently, some like completely shut down. So again, what looks like naughtiness can actually be a tired, overloaded system in their brain. So let's see reason number 3. So are you able to get all the points? Please message yes in the chat box if you are with me. And I would also appreciate if you turn on your video so that I can also see you, so that I get a lot of interaction to see and talk to you. So the next is need for connection. Okay. Now, sometimes misbehavior is simply a child saying, see me, put your phone down, look at me, be with me. So they want the attention from you. What happens when you are with your phone or you are exhausted doing all your household work and finally you want to come and rest, but still your child comes and throws all the tantrums with you, and you feel relaxed just picking up the phone and saying something. But when you do that, their self thing definitely it comes down. So when the connection goes down, misbehavior usually grows up. So I want you to notice this in your home for the next few days. Just be cautious about what action you are doing, what action your child is doing, and try to understand. Next one is the communication gap. We think we are very clear, right? We say like, I told you 5 times to keep your shoes away. But for a child, these long sentences and instructions that are shouted from one room to another room, they don't listen at all, they don't even reach them. So they need short, clear, simple instructions. And sometimes they need to hear it more than once. Yes, you have told 5 times. Yes, but you have to check if they have understood the instructions or not. We as a parent, we think that, okay, I'm just telling them they will do it. But no. So observe this point as well. Okay. Next, reason number 5. Just changing. Right. The skills that is still not developed, right? We cannot expect a child to be patient, or because they don't have that nature yet. They have not built the skill yet. So patience, impulse control, focus, planning, they are not fully ready, even in a 3 to 4 year old or even in a 7 year old. So when we say, why can't you just sit quietly, or it's like telling a 6 month baby. So just tell me if a 6 month baby can understand your instructions or no. Yes or no? So a lot of no, right? So when do we no, we cannot tell a 6 month old, why can't you just start running? Can they run? No, it's not possible. So the skills are not yet ready. It needs time and patience. That's what I tell to all my parents. Please wait. If your child is not able to do that, let's observe your child. Let's observe your child in what he or she is lacking, and then do the practice, right? Because the child need structure. I'm coming to that point now. No clear routine. This is very important, and why I'm keeping this in the last is because I want you to take this very seriously. When a child doesn't know what comes next, right, they feel insecure. The nervous system is not at all active. Now suppose you have a routine, right, like wake up. I'm going to talk about this later also a bit. So if your child has a routine, what happens? It brings safety to their brain. Oh, okay, so this is what I'm going to do now, and this is what I'm going to do next. So the nervous system in their brain is already adapted to that, and they are ready. So that time you'll not have any tantrums, you'll not have any meltdowns, right? And the brain feels safe, and they are able to behave better. So hope you've understood all the 6 reasons why your child misbehaves and what you have to observe. Yes, comment me in the chat box if you have understood the reasons, all the 6 reasons of their misbehavior. Okay, I'll take the questions at the last. So what I want you to do before I move on to this particular topic is take a second and reflect in your home which reason feels the strongest. Okay, I told about the emotional overload, sensory overload, need for connection, communication gap, all the skills that is not developed, and that is lack of routine. So if you want, you can just put it in the chat box, just one word of what you are facing exactly, so that I understand if this point is, you know, it is relatable for you or what. So just put if any of these is that thing that you are facing at your home, right? So emotional overload, yeah, right. Anybody else? Yes, yes, please put in your chat, put in your thing what you are facing, so that it'll be easy for me to understand what exactly you can do. So next step is we are going to see the three foundation that I focus in my house most of the time, right? Okay. So most thing is emotional overload. So parents, you have to understand from where this emotional overload is also coming, right? Okay. Now we know that why kids misbehave. Let's talk about what we can build at home. And I want you to imagine a house. The behavior you see is like the roof, but the stability comes from the foundation, right? So these are the three foundation I focus on with every family I work with. First one is the connection, second one is the routine, and the third one is the emotional coaching. So if the foundation is not strong, you build roof on roof on roof, it is not going to help anywhere. So that's why I keep telling all my parents 0 to 6 years is what is the foundation that you lay to your child to build a better building, right? So let's start with what the first one means, the foundation number one, because I call this as a foundation because this is what is very important. Okay. First is the connection before correction. What we do, we correct the child instead of building that connection, right? So when your child feels connected to you, their brain is calmer, and they are willing to listen more to you, right? When they feel disconnected, when they feel constantly you are correcting them for every action that they do, their brain goes into resistance. It's completely shut off. They don't want to listen because they are used to what you're telling. So before you fix the behavior, build the connection, right? So connection doesn't mean doing big fancy things like, okay, no, my son asked this, my daughter asked this. No, it's not that. It can be as simple as just 10 minutes of your special time where you follow your child's lead. Your child is coming and asking you, come, we'll do that, come, we'll do that. When you say no, that doesn't build the connection. But when you say yes, yes, that builds the connection, that builds the trust on you. And also look into their eyes when they speak. Okay, when they are coming and trying to tell you something, look into their eyes and speak. And when they want you, put your phones aside and give full attention. But you have to be, as an open heart. You shouldn't think that, oh my god, I have to do this, I have to do. No. And use a soft and warm tone, because connection says, I like being with you, not when you are perfect, right? So it is not that only when the child is perfect you have to be with them, even if there is a lot of things that they are not okay, they are misbehaving for many reasons that I told. No, please be with them all the time. Then number two is routine, as I said. Children behave better when their day has a rhythm, right? Suppose, why do the schools have the timetable? Because they have to follow the routine. Now the child is prepared. Okay, next period is math. I have to prepare for the math period. Like same way at home. A simple example like wake up, brush, breakfast, school, then playtime, homework, then some family time, then dinner, bedtime, right? When this pattern is mostly predictable, their nervous system accept it and rest, because they feel, I know what is happening next, right? When every day is different with no structure, you will see more struggles with their no behavior. So this is very important to everyone, I say. That's why I, most of the time in my one to one, if I get the behavior topic, I give the chart, I give them a routine chart where they have to follow, parents have to follow this no matter what. I know you will have a lot of work at home. Okay, you will think that, okay, let's skip the playtime for now and sit for the homework. No, it's not going to happen. They are not going to concentrate if you skip the playtime and make them sit for the homework. It's not going to happen, right? So the routine has to be developed from very young. And the emotional coaching. So the foundation is emotional coaching. Children don't automatically know what to do with their feelings, right? They need us to guide them. Instead of telling, hey, stop crying, don't be angry, instead we can say things like, I know you are upset now, but or I understand why you are disappointed. Maybe they ask you some toy and they are, crying or disappointed. You can just tell them, I know you are disappointed. You can, don't worry, we will try for the next time. And you have to, your feelings are, and you have to tell your feelings are okay, but hitting is not okay. There might be some child who is hitting their brother or sister or even their classmates and everything, right? You can, but we are being firm here. Your feelings are okay, but hitting is not okay. And you can say, I'm here, let's calm down together, right? So this is how we raise emotionally a strong child. Not by removing their feelings. We are not telling them, hey, don't stop crying, don't do that, don't do this, why you have to cry. And nowadays I'm hearing people telling boys shouldn't cry. You are a boy, you shouldn't cry. Why? Boys don't have feelings, right? They have feelings. So, instead of removing their feelings, we have to acknowledge their feelings, respond in the proper way, but by teaching them what to do with those feelings, right? So, this is the foundation number 3. Are you with me? If you're with me, type yes in the chat box. So, these are the 3 foundation that I was talking about. Yes, please type yes in the chat box. So, what do you feel like you have to work on first? Is it the connection? Is it the overload, emotional overload? What do you feel that you have to work on, or is it the routine? Let me understand where we are lagging. So, in which we are lagging? Routine, yes, definitely. So, we have routine, calm, or the emotional coaching, or all 3. Great. So, yeah, we all are in the same boat, right? So, we are understanding now what we have to do. First, we learned about all the reasons. Next, what you have to build, why that reason happens. That reason is happening because of no foundation, right? So, now we understood the 3 foundation. And when we build this 3 foundation, obviously, don't you think that the reason will reduce? The 6 reasons which I gave, will it reduce or no? Please type yes or no. Yes, great. So next I am going to teach my 5-step behavior formula, what I use. Sometimes it doesn't work, but everything depends on us, right? So my 5-step behavior formula is stay calm, eye level instructions, and give them short instructions, give them choices, give them praises. So let's see one by one in detail how we are going to pick up this, right? So you can also write it down, please. The first step is you stay calm. I know we all are mothers. We don't get any support from our family, or even if you're getting support, we don't get that proper rest time. Okay, this is my time. I have to go and rest. No, it doesn't happen. So what happens? Even we have a lot of things in our mind, but when you stay calm, when your child's behavior is going up, right? If your voice and energy is also up, then everything explodes. But when your child goes up and when you slow down in tone, in volume, in speed, their system gradually follows you. As you all know, all our kids learn from us how we behave, how we talk, the tone, everything, right? So, this is a simple formula. When they are going up, you go down, right? And in what ways you are going to go down? Not silence. I'm not telling you silence. Lower your tone, lower your volume, lower your speed. Okay, you are like the Wi-Fi for them. Your energy spreads in the room. So the first rule of behavior management is regulate yourself first. How you can do this? Take a deep breath. Your calm is contagious. You will spread your calm just like that. So this is what, see, I'm not telling you have to do this 100 times. You have to understand in what situation you have to be calm, what situation you have to be, a bit firm, right? So all that will happen according to the situation. Later I'm going to give you some life examples also where you can understand all this situation. Go close to their eye level when you are giving the instructions. Don't shout from the kitchen, like how many times I told you to do that, do this. No, children easily disconnects your voice. So instead walk to them and just tell, even if you don't have eye connection, if you don't kneel down, just call their name, tap them here and just call their name and say, I think I told you this. Do you forgot to do this? So what happens is they immediately remember this, and you know your 50% of stress is reduced when you do this. Now, let's move on to the next one. Reason number three, short, clear instructions, as I told you. So don't give them long lectures, especially when the child is already irritated. Don't start telling that I told you to do that. You should have done this. Look at this mess. I am always telling you to clean up. Why don't you understand anything? I am so tired of all this, right? So we all tell this, yes or no? Type yes in the chat box if you are telling this, because you have not regulated your emotions. So when you see that mess, you explode and tell, oh my God, why is this like this? How many times I should do this? Right? So what you can do, just say them, toys in the basket. So when you use this firm tone, right? There are a lot of people confusing with gentle parenting, which I don't believe. Gentle parenting, people have understood that okay, anything the child do, we have to, make our voice slow, reduce our speed, volume, and everything. No, that is not gentle parenting. Gentle parenting is be firm, put the boundaries. If the toys has to be in the basket, it has to be in the basket, right? That is the rule that we have done in our house. So they have to understand, okay, this is the rule. Once played, yes, it has to be in the basket. Next time, you tell little calmly. So repeat once calmly if needed, right? And then if your child doesn't pack your bag, you say, first pack your bag, then you can play. This is short, clear, and calm. Instead of shouting, how many times I should tell you to pack your bag? How many times I should tell you to keep the things up? How many times I should tell you to take a book and read? No, this will never work. You tell them, do this, you will do that next. If they want to play, do this first, then do this. So you observe the happenings in your house and give them clear, short instructions. Next one is limit choices. So kids will fight back when they feel controlled all the time. But when you give them small choices with your boundary, they feel powerful and they will cooperate. I'll give you an example. Suppose you want to start with a homework. Okay, you have two subjects of homework, that is math or math and English. So you give them the option. Whether you want to start with math or whether you want to do activity or whether you want to do English, so just give them the option. And when I tell this, obviously you will be thinking, oh my God, ma'am, my child doesn't even sit to do the homework, right? But Homework struggles are different. Why they are not able to sit? Because they are not interested. They don't have the routine. So did you understand the core root now? If you set up a homework time, their brain is adapted to that and they will sit. And you keep your homework timings every day in a different timings, no children will sit, right? And you can even give an option like, do you want to bath now or in 5 minutes? So even if your child doesn't want to bath now, they are no, they are able to understand that okay, next 5 minutes at least I have to bath, and they will regulate their brain as per their, they will tune in their brain, okay, next 5 minutes. So obviously they are going to tell in next 5 minutes I will bath. But for us, what we want them to bath. Is it now? If it is now or 5 minutes, 5 minutes doesn't matter for us, right? Type yes in the chat box if 5 minutes matter for us. Instead of telling them, do that, do this. Why don't you bath now? Go bath now. Instead of putting all this pressure, when we just give them 5 minutes, it will not matter for us. Next, praise what you want. Children repeat when they get attention, right? And if we only comment when they are wrong, they will receive our attention mostly through negative behavior. But if we start noticing and naming the good moments, right? Their brain thinks, oh, okay, this behavior brings connection. Let me do more of it, right? So instead of telling good girl, good boy, try saying these things, right? When you say your child, when you tell your child to keep the shoes in the rack, praise them. Once they have done that, you don't just tell good girl, good boy. No, that doesn't build connection. So when you say, I noticed you kept your shoes back today, I saw you tried again even though it was hard. Like if your child is doing some puzzle, if they don't want to do, or if they have completed, just don't say a good girl, good boy. No, you can say, I know you tried so hard today. Wow, very good, right? And if you have siblings at home, and sometimes if they are not fighting, or if they are fighting, once you tell them like, don't do this, and they will not do, and next time you observe their behavior and they are gentle to both of them, so you can say, wow, I like how you were so gentle to your sister, right? So all these phrases are very important to build connection as well. So I hope you understood all the 5 reasons what you can do, or the behavior formula, 5-step behavior formula. I hope you have also made a note of all this. So, okay, we'll move to the next one. Type yes in the chat box if you are all there. Next one is a kind of little interesting, because I'm going to take all the life situations here. So let's see some of the life situations here. I'll give you some examples and I'll tell you what you can do. Yes, see, when I give you life situation, I've just picked up some common ones, but there will be a lot of things, I know that. But if I have to bring in everything, then that's going to take a lot of time. So I've just picked up some major topics here and I will see how we can solve this. Okay. So the first scenario is not listening. Okay. Because many parents come to me and tell my child is not listening. So you are calling your child and they are ignoring you, right? You are calling your child is doing something, they are ignoring you. What generally we do? We'll keep shouting their names, come, Ria, that, this, come fast, come fast. No, they will still be ignoring. So what you have to do, I know you will also be doing some work. So instead of using that energy, just go close to them, touch them, call them, and wait for them to look at you and then give the instructions. Okay, go and call them. Hey, Ria, it's time to keep your toys in the basket, and then stay calm. Okay, and if you want, you can just repeat once or twice in the same tone, and the matter is done. But if you explore there, they will also explode and they will not listen to you the next time. So when they are not listening, go to them, call their name, give instructions. The work is over in 1 minute, right? And Next one is tantrums. Tantrums means it is completely crying, screaming, rolling on the bed, that it is not time to give. But what I tell is during tantrum, if they are crying, screaming, understand why they are doing this. As I told you, the brain is completely overloaded. Their brain is in the flight mode and not the fight mode. What we try to do when they're crying or screaming, we try to give them big lessons, okay, which they cannot observe any logic at any movement. So your job is just stay close to them, make sure they are safe, they feel safe with you, and keep your voice soft and simple. So you can say, I am here, don't be upset, we will talk after we calm down. I know even we will also explode at that moment, but you just tell to yourself, if we both explode, the situation is going to be more, your energy is going to be wasted so much, right? So instead of that, just keep quiet or walk away from that room, or tell your child, even I want some time to calm down, let's calm down and talk. That builds the connection, right? So once the storm, everything is over, once they are calm, then you teach. Next time you want a toy, you can say, can I have a turn? Right? So if there is a toy or sibling fighting, anything as that. So the main thing over here is situation can be anything. Though I've given you an example, situation can be anything. But here tantrum is just walk away from that place. You calm down, come to them, and they also will understand. Okay, mama walked away from this room. It means that I have to also calm down. Even if they shout, leave them for a minute, let them cry, no problem. But you don't stay there, or even if you are staying there, if you are in a calm down, go to them. But even if you are not in a calm down stage, don't go to them, right? So this thing is very important. Next, anger and hitting. When your child hits or pushes, we want to separate the feeling from the action, right? You can say, you can be angry, but you cannot hate. Then show them what they can do with that anger. When they are feeling angry, tell them, take a deep breath, or give them a pillow or something, so that let them squeeze, right? You can release all the anger that way. Or if you have a calm down corner, ask them to go to the calm down corner, because in generally in most of the schools they follow this, I have seen this. Or ask them to stomp the feet on the ground when they are angry. It releases the anger, just like that. So this teaches that all feelings are allowed and behaviors are not allowed. So yeah, so that is what I always say is, all the feelings are okay. What they are feeling, right? What they are feeling is okay, but it shouldn't be the behavior. So if it becomes the behavior, it's not the behavior, it is their feeling. But yeah, as you told, if becomes the behavior, as you mentioned, maybe it can be a continuous of what they are doing, right? That is what you mean. If they are doing it every time, even when you sit and be in the calm stage, even if they are doing that, then that is a behavior. Yes. What you can do, understand why the behavior is happening. Do they need connection or lot of screen time? Understand why it is happening with the 6 reasons why I mentioned. Then you will understand why it is happening and also what changes you can make. Right? Now let's move on. I'll take up all the questions later. Homework refusal. If your child doesn't finish homework all the time, what you do is break it into chunks. Okay? Do this 5 minutes and do take 2 minutes break. 2 minutes break can be a jumping jacks, some movement, right? Or walk around 10 times. Break is like that. And if they don't want to homework, or I can even tell this as an activity, my child doesn't want to do any activity, they're not interested in any brain boosting activities, understand the child. I would say just understand your child, what they are interested in, what they want to do, give them what they want to do. If they are taking a break, let them take a break. They will come back. So that is what I've seen with many of the kids that I'm working with. So do you want to start? You can also give choices. Do you want to start writing or reading? And then one important thing is connection before the homework. What you can do is 2 or 3 minutes earlier when you sit before to a homework time, talk to them, crack some jokes, just play with them, some hugging or chatting or joking. It really works. That time their mind is calm, their mind is feeling happy, the happy hormones are getting released, and it can make your homework time very smooth. It works for the activities also. If they are not interested in activities, just play with them for 2 minutes. We when what do I say, I have seen people, see, I'm a teacher, so I know how to get into the child's brain and bring them back to that stage, right? But as parents, what happens is you want them to listen to whatever you say. So that is a parent's ego, that I will say. Why is this child not listening? I'm telling so many times. See the other child, how nicely they are sitting. No, when you do that, this is what will happen. What you have to tell your child is, oh my God, how nicely you are sitting today. So what will happen? They will continue to do this behavior even tomorrow. Yes, agree if you have what I'm telling, if it is right or wrong. Please yes, type yes or no in the chat box. When you say, "Oh my God, you are not doing anything today," means they will not do tomorrow also. But when you say, "Oh wow, you are writing today so neatly," even if they are not writing neatly, you just tell them, "Oh my God, you are writing today so neatly. Oh my God, you are doing the activities so nicely. Oh, you ate all the vegetables today." Even if there is something left in their plate, right? They will eat everything. So this is what you convert your negativity into positivity. So that's how it happens. Even if they are, not doing any work at home, you can just tell, this is the trick that I found very recently. Even if my child is throwing some things at, keeping their worksheets here and there on sofa, or not, drinking their water, especially. So I started telling them, "Oh my God, you drank full water." That is what I tell. So what happens? Oh, we are getting that appreciation when we do something not done, but still mama and papa is appreciating. They will start drinking the water. If they have not kept their books, I tell them, "Oh, you kept your books already. Very good." So what happens? They will go and do it. So this is one thing that you can also implement. And if you have a hyperactive child, right? So what happens is give them more movement, not movement when I say just running around the house. No, give them a structured movement. There are so many YouTube videos where you can see the structured exercise based movements, right? Like wall push, jump on the spot, jumping jacks, running from the door and touching it back, and animal walks. Animal walks is very good for building their stamina as well. The bear walk, frog jump, crab. So all these things you can give if you have a hyperactive child. Just 3 to 5 minutes can reset their brain. Now, I'm not telling you to give them for half an hour, 15 minutes, in just 5 minutes of movement. They will reset their brain and they will know what they have to do next, right? We have to make them a little tired as well because they've got a lot of energy. And sibling fight, we usually jump and we say, "Why are you doing that to her? Why are you doing this to him?" So what happens is it is not teaching them the problem solving skills. Instead, we are jumping in too early and telling them, "See, this is what happened, that is what happened, both of your mistake or any one mistake, blaming." No, it doesn't happen. What you have to do is, "I see both of you are upset. I want to hear from both of you what happened." Okay, once you understand what they tell, then guide them and you say what happened. Okay, and you have to decide whether it is fair or not fair. Tell them this one also. You only tell me if this is fair or no. So they become the coach. right? They are not judged by us. They become the coach, and we are giving them something to solve their own problems. Later, if we don't build these skills now, later they will have lot of issues, lot of fights with everyone, right? It's not only the sibling things that is happening in future. There will be lot of things. Now, what we have to stop, this is a situation, right? Now, you know what we have to stop, avoid their behavior like this. So I think one of you had asked me, what if it becomes like a behavior? Why they are behaving like this? Because we are doing all this, and that is why it turns into a behavior. So now I want to gently talk about a few things many of us heard as children. Maybe our parents said these to us, maybe teachers, maybe relatives, but today we know better and we can do better, right? So anybody tells anything doesn't going to affect us, but if it that is going to affect the child. The first one is the constant shouting. When we shout at a child, their brain does not learn, it shuts down. Imagine you are shouting at, someone shouting at you at work. Do you listen clearly, or do you freeze, or do you panic, or you become defensive? What will happen to you when somebody shouts at you? Are you going to just remain silent and do whatever they have told? No, but there must be something happening in your brain, right? You might be upset, or you might just freeze, you might just panic, right? So same thing happens to our children. When a child hears shouting again and again, don't think that, it is, I am going to understand now, I will improve. No, they will just think that, oh my god, I am scared now, I am not safe in this place. They feel that I am such a big problem. They lose their self confidence, right? It is because of shouting. It doesn't create discipline, it creates fear. So, can you tell me what we have to do instead of shouting? Anyone, please? Hmm. So, what we can do instead of shouting? My teacher always used to shout on students. Yes. Become, as I told you, the street connection, the street foundation. First one is become. So, understand why your child, see, everything is interrelated, right? What we have to do, we have to find the, you have to follow the three foundation. Why that it happens is the six reasons which I told you. So please interconnect everything and find where you are lagging. Okay. And one more thing is comparing. As I told you, comparing is very painful for the child. Even if we don't intend to hurt, comparison sends one message that, oh my God, you are not good enough. I am not good enough what I'm doing. So when we compare them with the siblings, cousins, neighboring kids, it does not motivate them. It makes them feel less confident. And when there is low confidence, there are more of behavior issues. So that's the reason why I asked you in the first statement, how many of you want to raise a disciplined, a confident, or a good child, right? So this is one of the reason where they lose their confidence when you compare. So can you tell me what you can do instead of comparing? Now I have given you the reasons, I have given you the three tools, what you can do. Yes, messages, please. Yes, so you can go near the child, establish. But what if your child doesn't listen at that time? What you can do? Why do we compare? We all know that each child is different, right? Why do we have to compare? It means that we have not understood the child. That is why we compare, right? And many of us still do this. Some of the schools do this. Yes. So when we praise them, when we appreciate them, they stop their behavior. Next is the labels. You are very naughty, you are stubborn, you are slow, you are lazy. Oh my God, you are not that kind of listening. These words stick inside a child's brain, and slowly the child just starts believing it. Oh, maybe I am naughty. Maybe I am stubborn. Maybe I'm not good at it. Right? They start believing this. So children live up to the labels that they receive, even when maybe when we were child. How many of you? How many of, have you? What kind of labels have you heard? And you started slowly accepting it. She gets angry, she talks too much, she is so naughty, she's so lazy, doesn't do any work. So how many of you have experienced this from our parents, friends, relatives, teachers, right? See, dull head. So it's like getting into your brain. Oh, okay, I'm not able to do anything, I am dull, I cannot. Even if you want to try, that is there in your mind, and you are not able to remove that, you're not able to heal it and come out, right? For that you really need a strong brain to just come out. But do you think our kids are so strong enough to just ignore that and do their work? No, that will go into their brain. So if a child is always called naughty and they start behaving, they will definitely start behaving even more naughty. So if the child is called slow, their confidence drop. Oh my God, you are slow in writing, that in writing, this in writing. No, they will not do it again. So labels attack the child like anything. It breaks their self-esteem, and that I don't call it as a behavior, because they, what you have to do instead of labeling. Now tell me this. I have already told you previously. So instead of labeling a child, what you can do? Yes, I'll give you 1 minute time to think. Instead of labeling, what we can do. It is interrelated to the previous one. Yes, affection, explain them affectionately, very good. Praise, yes. Something one. Yes, we have to appreciate. Very good. Okay, great. Just a minute. Yes, first is you have to understand why they are doing it, right? Or why they are not able to do is one thing. I'm not getting that answer. Why they are stubborn? Their skills are not built yet. Their skills are not built. That is why they are doing this. 1 second. Okay. Next one is the threats. So when we gradually build their skills, we don't have to label them because they will be apt. Okay. When a child hears threats, they feel insecure, right? What is the meaning of threat? I will give you away to somebody. I will call the police. No, statements like these are, for us it is funny, right? But for kids it is very scary. So I will leave you here, I'll call you to give up to someone, I will call the police. They don't, these do not improve the behavior. They only create fear and attachment insecurity. You have built a lot of attachment with them, but this one word will remove the attachment, and they feel insecure to even when you say it in a funny way, they will not understand it, right? And a child who doesn't feel safe cannot behave well. First is the safety. You have to give them the safe feeling. Okay, I am here. Let's do this. Let's work on this. Instead of that, if you say, I'm going to give you away to somebody, they'll be like, oh my God, what if they really do it, right? When we were kids, we also would have felt this. But what happens is, why we have already overcome, or we might even have that in our brain, right? But we were able to overcome. Why? Because we had lot of other things to do. We had lot of outdoor games, we had lot of other things, we had friends, we had families, we were in a joint family. But now children are left alone with screens or with grandparents, cannot go out because of the safety issues, whatever it is. So they kept that, keep revolving in their head, telling that, oh my God, this happens, what to do? My parents will put me into some other's house, they will might call the police, whatever, right? So this happens a lot. So these things just don't behave. Just behavior is that one moment. All it can shape the self-image of the child. A child's inner voice come from how we speak to them. If we hear we are naughty, you never listen, you are slow, that becomes their belief, right? So but what if they hear something like this? I know you can do it better. I am here for you. Let's try it again. They build confidence and also gives the emotional strength. Like one of you have told me emotional coaching, right? So all these builds the emotional strength that they can use it later on in their life. One second. So you can use phrases like these. As I told you earlier, you can say, I am here. You can be angry. You cannot hit. First this, then we will play that. I noticed you are angry, but let's calm down and do the work. Whatever language you are using, in any regional language, just translate these phrases and start doing it immediately. So what are the tools that you can use from Okay, these are the tools that you can start using from today. That is the calm corner. Calm corner is nothing like you have to give them one big room or something, nothing like that. In a room, just take a small cushion or a soft toy and just keep place it and, with a simple book that they like, or a sensory toy like this ball thing, just some calm pictures or a light, just a very small place where they can just go and sit. One second. My child is 6 year old. If I make changes in me at this age, will it now correct my kid's emotion? Definitely, yes. Your child is even 10, 12 years old. Definitely, you can use this because these phrases are something that we are going to use it lifelong, right? So, one second, I'm just showing the phrases once more. Yeah. So, I am here. You can be angry, but you cannot hit. Don't worry, I'm going to send you all these phrases as well. Okay, great, dear. Yeah. So we'll go on to the next one. As I told you, calm corner. As I told you, it's just a safe space with cushions. What does it mean? How are you going to use this? You tell your child, you have to build that in your child. If you're, I know a child can get angry, doesn't mean that child should not get angry. We should not stop a child from getting angry, then their feelings will completely get suppressed. We shouldn't do that. So even if we have to make them understand, even if you get angry, don't shout, don't do this, go to a safe place, that is your calm down corner, take a cushion, just do like this, or just take a book and read, or just close your eyes and sit. And this has to be a consistent, they should have a routine for this. So now you understand where it is relating to all the six reasons that we don't follow, right? So if you have a routine or a routine chart, what you can do, you can stick on a fridge or something like that, because it reduces the daily conflict, because the child can see what is next. So and so time what you are going to do, the child himself can see, so that you don't keep reminding 100 times to them. You can simply say, check your routine chart, what you have to do. So that builds their independence, that builds their confidence, that builds their responsibility, right? So routine is very, very, very important. And choices, as I told you, please give your child the choices. Offer anything, this homework or that homework, this cloth or that cloth. Will you wear socks or should I help you? Right? If they are struggling with something, if they're not able to wear their shoes, wear your shoes, wear your shoes, wear your shoes. No, it doesn't going to work out. Just ask them, can I help you? Come here, I'll put, no, just use your tone a bit low. And 10 minutes special time. Even if you're a working mother, if you are a mother who is having a lot of household work and everything, this is one of the most powerful tool for behavior. Every day, just give your child 10 minutes of full attention. No phones, no clothes, no multitasking. Let them choose the activity. Let them build the blocks, drawing. Okay, but this time just try to build the connection. I know some of you might tell, no, I am with my child the full time, but are you giving it 100%? Think of it. You must be doing some multitasking work. So think of it. And if you are not doing, continue to do it regularly, because your child will feel emotionally safe. Your child will listen better, less argument will be there. They will also feel more secured with you, right? So the child will be completely seen and you will not face any dramas at home. Next one is the first then rule. First choose, then park, which creates the cooperation. Give them what they want to do first, right? If they want to first ask them, first brush your teeth and come to the story time. Or eat 2 spoons of food and then you get to play your favorite song. No, something like this. You have to think, first finish your homework, then we will play. Finish your milk, then we can do this play. Finish your exercise, we'll go for a park walk. So always give them the second option, what is coming next. That time their brain will be ready. Because what happens is, when you just tell them to do this, they will not listen. When there is a simple sequencing, next, after that job, what is done, that gives them the clarity and there is no arguments at home. And use descriptive phrases. As I told you, the phrases which I shared later previously, just use that. Okay. And one more thing I wanted to tell you, when I'm showing you these tools that you can start today, right? Please don't use everything at once. Parents, please don't use everything at once. Use only 2 or 3 of this and then move gradually. Suddenly, everything you use and make it a structured, completely structured, it is not going to work, right? It is not going to work. So before Okay, and many of you have DM me about my silver membership. Before I close, I want to say this from my heart. Management is not about perfect parenting. It is about present parenting. You still have many days where you shout. You will still have days where you will lose patience, right? But now you have some awareness and tool what you are supposed to do as a mindful parent. And but many of you have asked me, I cannot be consistent. How can I be consistent? How do I get support whenever I want to? Right? But this is exactly why I created the silver membership. That is for parents who don't just want one workshop, but they want ongoing guidance. They want ongoing structure, and they want something ready-made resources, right? So inside my silver membership, you will get monthly live classes like many of these. You will get printable routine charts, behavior tools, reward system. You will get brain boosting activity packs, scripts of what you have to tell when this situation happens, when other situation happens. All the tough situation scripts will be there, and a supportive community of parents who will get into it, and my step by step guidance of what you have to do next, so that you never get confused about what to try next and you don't look around anywhere and get confused. So if you are listening to this and thinking, I really want this support, I don't want to do this alone, then this silver membership is for you, parents.